What's up, you SEO pros? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to take a look at how to do SEO for our e-commerce store. So let's get right into it. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Jaume. I'm head of SEO at a startup here in Barcelona. And in this channel, we cover tools and strategies to help you grow your online business. If that's interesting to you, definitely subscribe. There's going to be a lot more videos coming your way. The first thing that we need to take a look at is what type of keywords are users using to find products like ours. So the most important thing to understand is what type of keywords are out there, what type of volume, what are the specific pages that we might need to build, because that's what's going to help us compete the best way possible. So I want to walk you guys through a real example. Let's go into Ahrefs and let's see what type of results I get for the keyword bedroom furniture. So within Ahrefs, within the Keywords Explorer, I've typed in bedroom furniture and it's giving me quite a lot of information. We get the keyword difficulty, we get how much volume and the clicks, we get the breakdown by country. I'm specifically looking at United States, but what I'm really interested in seeing is the results. So when I click on the top results, I can see that most of these pages are actually category pages, right? They aren't product pages. So what this is telling me is that category pages will most likely rank better than a product page. So now we need to go out and we need to optimize our category pages because that's most likely what's going to bring in the most traffic. But another thing that I want to take a look at while I'm doing keyword research is what type of ideas and what type of pages should I be building for this specific niche. So let's say I'm going out and I want to start selling bedroom furniture. What keywords should I target? So let's go back into Ahrefs and see what keyword ideas we can find. So if we go to keyword ideas and terms match, and we can click here, we're gonna see a lot of different keywords that have a lot of traffic potential, which shows us directly which pages we should be building to fill up our specific category. So we see bedroom furniture here. This is probably the parent category. Bedroom furniture sets, Ashley, so this is a specific brand. Kids is also relevant. White bedroom furniture. IKEA is also a brand near me. Modern is also relevant. Rustic. So now we know that we need to go out and build category pages, and we've also gone out and found quite a few keywords that are gonna guide us in terms of which pages need to be built to fill up that category and get as much traffic as possible. If we were to go out and really build this bedroom furniture store, we'd try and build as many landing pages as possible given our product catalog for each specific intent or for each specific variation of the keyword. So if we're looking for white bedroom furniture, we'd create a landing page for that. If we're looking for rustic bedroom furniture, we'd also probably create a landing page for that. It all depends on our product catalog and if we can create landing pages for those. The second thing that I want to cover when we're trying to get traffic to our e-commerce website is our website architecture. I can't stress the importance of having a flat website architecture for e-commerce websites because we need to allow both users and search engines to find relevant pages as quickly and as easily as possible. So what do I mean by this? If we take a look at this image right here, we see that having a deep website architecture is much harder to navigate through than a flat website architecture. So it would be a lot harder for a user to find a product page or to find a category page if they have to sort through 7 or 8 different levels of navigation. Having a flat website architecture forces us to group similar products, which also additionally helps us with our topical relevance, which is extremely important in e-commerce SEO. The rule of thumb here for e-commerce SEO is we want any important page to be 3 clicks or less from the homepage. So ideally, we want to go from the homepage to a category page to a product page. Obviously, it's going to get more complicated if we have an extensive catalog. So most likely for really big e-commerce websites, we're going to go from the homepage to a category page to a subcategory page and then to a product page. There isn't anything wrong with having more subcategory pages as long as the architecture is as flat as possible. So actually IKEA does this extremely well. Instead of simply showing you a category page with a list of thousands of products, they guide us into finding exactly what we want. This helps us sort through their huge catalog. It helps the user in their flow through the website, and as a result, it improves conversion rate because the user finds what they're looking for a lot faster. So let's take a look at how they've done this. So let's say I land on the IKEA homepage. What I want to do is I want to find bedroom furniture. Okay, so let's say I click into rooms. From rooms, this is my second click. I'm already being guided into bedroom furniture. So when I click on bedroom, what I see is more subcategories to find exactly what I'm looking for. So let's say I'm looking for a twin bed. I know IKEA has a lot of beds, so I'm kind of worried that maybe if I click into beds, I'm gonna have to sort through hundreds of products. If we click into it, what we actually see is the separation that they provide on the bed page is actually very well done, and it helps the user, i.e. me in the situation, find exactly what I'm looking for, which is a twin bed. So I've gone from the homepage to the category page, which lists all relevant products within 4 clicks. Obviously, IKEA has a huge catalog with a lot of products products. So if we're starting out and if we have a smaller e-commerce store, we'd like to lower the amount of clicks to around 3. So IKEA has done this extremely well. Now I'm on the twin beds page, and now all I'm looking at is twin beds, which is what I'm actually interested in. By the way, internal linking here is the star player. We need to use internal linking correctly to make sure that we've linked all relevant pages within a specific category. And a really important thing here is to not create orphan pages. So orphan pages are pages that don't have any internal linking or any internal navigation throughout the website. And so they're just kind of floating in open space. We want to prevent that from happening. So we want to make sure that if there's any relevant page that we want a user to see, it has to be internally linked and well connected through the navigation of our website. The third point that I want to talk about is the content strategy for e-commerce websites. So it isn't as easy as just filling out the blog and just waiting for the traffic to pour in. Here we have 3 different types of content that we need to create. So the first is going to be the category page. So the category page, more often than not, is going to be where most of the traffic comes in for e-commerce websites. So what type of content are we creating here? The complexity that we have with e-commerce websites is that oftentimes users will come into our website with quite general keywords. So if we go back to the previous example where I'm looking for bedroom furniture, it isn't really clear what my objective or my intent is with that keyword. So that is why with category pages, we need to create content that satisfies as many intents as possible. Again, we're going to take a look at IKEA because they do this extremely well. So let's go back into IKEA, and now I'm in the beds category page within the IKEA website. So the first thing they do is they have this top level subcategory separation. So if I'm interested in a specific bed, I can go in and I can find that right away. However, if I'm not exactly sure what I'm looking for, they help me out with that specific intent. If I'm just browsing, I'm just looking for information and different products that IKEA has, this is exactly what this category page has been built for. So let's take a look at all the things they do. So IKEA does this very well because they present different ideas to you that could help you make that decision. So here they're showing you different setups, how it could look, and they help you visualize that final result after you've purchased. Another thing they do is they have a section where they talk about tips. If you aren't exactly sure what you're looking for, you can click here and they'll take you to their curated guide on all different information relating to bed frames and beds. Now we see another product visualization to help you understand if this is something that you'd like, more guides and more planners. And finally, we see products. So if you're not satisfied with information and with seeing how the product will look like, maybe you'd be satisfied with just seeing products. Maybe that's what you're looking for and you can sort through that here. If that isn't what you're looking for, then all the way at the bottom, they have different products that might be recommended for you. They then have information, and that's it. This category page is actually built thinking about that user intent that isn't super clear. We try and provide the user with as many options as possible based on different intents. So informational, purchase intent, maybe if they want to compare products, maybe if they're looking for a quick deal. IKEA does this very well. So this is the type of content that we need to be creating for a category page. We need to be thinking about the different types of user intent. Are they looking to be guided somewhere? Are they looking for more top of funnel, more informational content? Or are they looking for products right away? So we need to be able to provide all that information within a category page. The second type of content that we need to create for our e-commerce SEO is product page content. So this type of content needs to be descriptive. So the user, if they have any questions about that specific product, we need to be able to answer those right away. It needs to be original. We don't want to duplicate products from our supplier or from different competitors. And we can also use schema markup here, maybe to show reviews online or different variations of schema to help that product rank better. But again, most of the times, unless your product is very well known, most of the times the traffic will come in through the category page. So that's where I would recommend putting in most of the effort in terms of content. And finally, we cannot forget about our blog. At the end of the day, we don't want our traffic to depend on only one type of keyword. We want to be able to also target more top of funnel, more informational keywords. We want to have a very well curated blog section, a hub of information for that specific niche, so we can be extremely relevant in the search. The fourth thing that I want to talk about is link building. So link building at the end of the day is extremely important for e-commerce websites. So links for e-commerce websites are absolutely necessary because usually keywords with commercial or with purchase intent are the most competitive keywords. On top of that, SERPs for e-commerce keywords can usually have very similar products. So the actual difference between you and your competitor is going to be really, really slim. That's why we want to separate ourselves from the rest of our competitors with really high authority links that are pointing directly to the category page. And we use internal link and correct internal navigation to pass on that authority throughout the rest of the website. So we cannot forget about links in e-commerce. Oftentimes having those high authority relevant links is what's going to take us above and beyond our competitors. Guys, I want to share 2 bonus tips that I've seen completely skyrocket my clients' organic traffic when we implemented them. So the first idea is setting a canonical URL. A canonical URL is used to tell Google which is the main, which is the original, and the page that we're interested in seeing on the index in a set of near duplicate or exact duplicate pages. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say that we have a category page with specific filters on them. So maybe I'm selling t-shirts and we can pick different colors, whether it's red, blue, white, or orange. So when we click on the orange filter, now I'm only showing orange t-shirts, and this has changed my URL for this specific category page. So now Google is seeing that we have an extra URL that only shows orange t-shirts. If we don't set up our canonicals correctly, Google can accidentally pick this page as the main page to put on their index, and as a result, when people click on our link for our category page, they only see orange t-shirts. So this is a huge problem, and this is something that we need to take care of really early on and make sure that we've selected the right canonical. So the main category page without any filters, and the original category page where you want all links to point to, and the one that has the most authority because it has the most products and has the most content. This is also super important if we have pagination through our e-commerce website. If we have a lot of products and we go to a second and a third page, if we don't do our canonicals correctly, Google can accidentally pick the second or the third page and put that on the index. And again, that isn't optimal for search results. And the final thing that I want to talk about is URL parameters. So URL parameters, again, are tied to the filters that are created on category pages. And what we want to make sure is after setting a canonical URL, we want to tell Google to not waste any time crawling these parameters. And we can do this directly on Google Search Console. So URL parameters can get pretty tricky. I'm not going to talk about it right now because this video is already long enough, but I definitely recommend looking into it and making sure that Google is crawling your website as efficiently as possible. If you guys would like a video on that, definitely leave a comment in the description. So that's it, guys. We've covered the most important ideas on how to do SEO for our e-commerce website. I hope this helped. I've added my LinkedIn and my Twitter in the description for you guys to reach out to me personally. Like, subscribe, do the thing. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.